I'm aware that this game has been released for quite some time now, but I finally got the chance to play it and I immediately felt the need to make this video to share how much I love this game. This is one of the most unique puzzle games I've ever played. This is my review of Chants of Sennaar. If you've never heard of this game before, it's a puzzle game made by Rundisk where you go around multiple levels trying to translate fictional languages. You start off not understanding any of the words being spoken to you, but over time, by watching how the characters interact, you will take guesses as to what the words can mean by taking notes in your journal, until you can finally try and guess to see if you got the words correctly. That's the basic mechanics of this game, but from there, obviously, they will expand on it like every other puzzle game and make it more and more challenging over time. I love this mechanic. I had no idea that I was going to have so much fun trying to guess what the words are being spoken to me, but just the idea of walking around a map and then you talk to one guy and he's pointing at something. You have no idea what they're saying, but then you look at where he's pointing, the direction he's pointing, and you're starting to guess like, okay, maybe the first word is this and then the second word could be something else. But then you go around and talk to other people and you start seeing that some of them start repeating the same words that you've taken guesses over. And over time, you're gonna figure out the whole language, and it's just so satisfying when you walk around at the end understanding every single character, what they're saying to you. And then it's such a unique way to tell a story. I don't want to spoil anything here, but compared to the last puzzle game I reviewed, Cocoon, where I said that game was incredible but had no story, this one does have a really good and interesting story that's happening. But I don't want to spoil it to you guys because you don't know what the story is at the start. But by talking to all the characters, you slowly understand what's going on in this world, and it's so cool to see it. And once you finally understand that language and everyone you talk to, you understand what they say, you go to another area where those people talk a different language. And that's where my head went, oh, this game is something else, because you get to that second section and now you're trying to learn a whole new language a second time, completely different, but you're using what you know from the first one. So you'll see a sign on the wall that's already translated for you that says, go this, if you go this direction, you're gonna get to the main town in the language you understand, and then underneath it you'll have the three signs that says this direction, main town, in the other language. So now you've already started to translate it, but then you find out over time that they use different types of wording, right? So I'll use a very basic example, but plural, like making something plural. In the first language, if let's say you wanted to say a warrior or warriors, multiple, you would put warrior, warrior 2 times back to back, and that means multiple warriors. But in the second language, they actually have a sign for what warriors means in plural. So that's where the game gets really unique, where you're starting to understand all these things. And then there's 2 more languages after. I'm not going to spoil here, but they also throw in a very unique way and mechanic to get you interested in playing the game. A couple other things to note as well that I really liked is the gameplay was really satisfying to play on PC. Very weird for me to say, I'm a very much a console gamer, but in this case I bought this game on PC, and it's all with the mouse. You click and to like point and click, so wherever you want to go, and then when you want to type something in, you just type on the keyboard. I can tell that this is probably not going to be the most satisfying game to play on like PlayStation or Xbox. So if you have it and that's your only way of playing it, I still recommend it, but I could definitely see this being a much better PC game because you're going to want that keyboard. For the Switch, probably same idea. It's still probably better with a keyboard, but at least with the Switch, there's a touchscreen, so you could maybe type a little bit faster, so that's something to note as well. The graphics are awesome. The music is really chill. I didn't feel like the music stood out, but what was there was good. I liked what was there, but it's definitely not a you're not going to add all these songs to your playlist or anything like that, but it was still really good. Another really cool thing, I mentioned this already, but there are multiple levels and you're learning different languages. It is very good progression. A lot of the times with these puzzle games, by the end, you can feel like it becomes repetitive, and yes, you are repeating learning languages, but they do keep it interesting enough, and the game is short enough. About 10-ish hours I think was my total playtime. It is short enough, and the pacing is done well enough that you're not going to feel that repetitiveness that you would with a lot of old school puzzle games. Another thing, this is like, okay, here are a couple things it didn't bother me, but I can see people being bothered by it. The stealth in this game, there are a couple stealth sections where you're walking around the map and you're trying not to be seen. They are not the best. Like they're not tricky, but they're also kind of just annoying to be there. I kind of wish they weren't in the game. but they're not like difficult, and the checkpoint system is really good. Like if you get to the first hidden path and then you get caught, they won't make you start all the way back to the start. They'll just set you right back. So for me, it was kind of like, okay, well, they didn't need to be there, but the fact that they're there, at least they're easy enough. So I can see some people being annoyed by it, but it's not a deal breaker in this case. I could also see that it could be overwhelming, right? You get to learn a whole language, you get to a new area, and then you have to start over from scratch. And they do it in a way where you're not learning it in a linear fashion, right? You got to walk around, they open up the whole map for you, and then you walk around everywhere talking to every single person. I can see that it could be absolutely overwhelming and terrifying at first to just be surrounded by things that you don't understand. So that could be a little tricky, but it's definitely part of the fun, I felt like. But I can see some people who play when you get to that next area just be overwhelmed by how massive the map is, because the maps are fairly big for this kind of game. And not understanding a single word of what's being said to you, I can see that it could be a little bit difficult. But if you're able to power through the beginning of it, it gets really easy over time. It's another one of those great puzzle games that you're not really going to have to look online for any of the answers, which is really good. I will also say there is 2 endings. There's the good, I would say it's a bad ending. Personally, there is like the normal ending, and then there's the true ending. I don't think the normal ending is worth it at all. We got that ending while I was playing with my wife, and we were both kind of like, oh, this is not great. So we went back. I did check online to just see how to get the true ending, and then we went and did it all without any guides or anything. But getting the true ending was way more satisfying. So definitely worth the extra hour of playtime to get the true ending. Definitely go out of your way to do that. This game is out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, so actually the old generations, but they are playable on Series X and XS, not Y, and PS5 as well, but it is an older generation, and it's on PC. I think I got it through the Epic Game Store, but I'm pretty sure it's also on Steam, so there's plenty of ways for you guys to play this. Highly recommend you guys check it out. This was like 25 Canadian dollars, so about 20 bucks probably US. Absolutely worth it. It's probably on sale often, so you guys can definitely at least put in your wish list and hope to get it at that sale price. I don't want to spoil anything else. You guys need to check this game out. It was incredible from beginning to end. Comment down below if you've played it or if you have any interest in it, what you thought of the game or what you plan on, if this helped you, interests you in playing this game. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Comment down below what other games you'd like for me to check out. It could be puzzles, indies, or AAA games. It doesn't matter. New releases, old games, whatever you want me to go through, comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.